Good afternoon. Okay, so I thought I would just share a few ideas and a few tips that I've had over the last sort of week or so while I've been helping out other beauty therapists online, people that are really struggling because obviously they've had to close their business, and for a lot of people that is their only source of income. So I thought I would share a few of those tips and ideas with you guys during a live. So pop a 1 below if you're watching live, pop a 2 below if you're watching on replay. So for those of you that don't know, I had a high street beauty salon for 9 years. It was actually only a couple of years ago that we moved it out of the high street, and it went to my mum's lovely beauty room in her garden, and then I was actually about to take it back in March and move it to my cabin in the garden when lockdown hit. And I literally only really have about 4 or 5 clients, but I honestly believe that everything happens for a reason, because I wasn't really sure about taking it back. I really didn't want to take a step backwards, and then lockdown happened and it made the decision for me, and then my businesses online grew so much that actually it made me realise that, you know, that is what I want to be doing all the time, and not stepping back. But for those of you that are in the beauty industry, some of this will apply to the hair industry as well. Sorry, I've got an eyelash in my eye. A lot of this can be relevant for both. So I do have the background and I do have the experience, and there are certain things that I would be doing if I had the salon right now and if I had been forced to close, because I feel for so many of you like it's such a difficult time of year. I know from experience that this time of year leading up to Christmas is one of the busiest times as a beauty therapist and as a nail tech, and you know, you get into the point where you come home every day for a month literally covered in glitter, head to toe, and look like a Christmas tree, because everyone wants nails, tans done, all their treatments done in the run up to Christmas, and obviously right now it is a really tough time to be put on lockdown. So these are a few ideas that I would be running through as a business owner, or even if you just like run your own sort of beauty treatments from home, or you're a mobile beauty therapist. These are, some of these will be applicable to you as well, but not necessarily this first one. So the first one that I would do is I would first off look at where I could save money. If you have a salon and you have staff, then obviously a lot of your staff will be hopefully furloughed, and that won't be coming out of your pocket. But there are also other grants available if you're registered as self-employed. They announced last week that there's going to be another self-employment grant coming on the 30th of November. So regardless of whether you've applied for 1 and 2, you can apply for the 3rd one, even if you did. Okay, lost my connection there for a minute, so I'm back. So there is another self-employment grant coming on the 30th of November. So if you're self-employed in any industry, but especially the hair and beauty, because I think that's one of the ones that's been most affected, you can apply for that. There are also, if you have a that has also been, the self-employment grant has been extended from November to January as well at the moment, and they've actually upped it. They were going to do 55%, but they've now upped it to 80%, so that's a real plus. So if you are applying for that, you can apply for universal credit, so there's other things you can get. And also look at lockdown payment grants in your area. So if you do have a high street salon, then some local areas have grants available, so that's really worth looking at as well. Contact your local council. Martin Lewis is his website is great for any information like that, so check that out and see if there's anything near you that you can apply for in terms of grants, like to help with your rent if your landlord is still charging you rent. Like, that is a big expense, I know. Also tax return that was due in July this year, God, I don't even know what year we're in at the moment. Tax return that was due in July this year had been postponed, and we could pay it in January. There is now an option. You have to contact the HMRC, but there's now an option that you can actually pay that payment due over direct debit. They will charge you interest, but if you're struggling for money and you've got a big tax bill due, then that is definitely worth looking at. VAT can also be spread, so that's worth contacting the HMRC about, or and also there are bounce back loans available. I would also be looking at any existing insurances you have, any outgoings whatsoever, and just seeing, like, go to comparison websites, Martin Lewis, and just see if there's anything you can do to get your outgoings down while you don't have that income. Also, what else was I going to say then that made me think of something else then? Yeah, contact any like finance companies you have. I know that we had, when we were at the salon, we had a Casey machine on finance, so contact any finance companies you have if you're struggling, and see if there's anything they can do to help you in terms of like putting your payments on hold for 3 months or something like that. So, you know, if you contact and you're proactive with looking at your finances, there's lots of different things out there that you can do that will help you make a difference. That's predominantly looking at sort of high street salons, because obviously there's a lot of bigger expenses, but the self-employment side of stuff will help anyone, so definitely do that. Number two, I would start to offer virtual services, because everything is going online, and if you don't have that set up already, because I know as a therapist, like, you're so busy all the time, you're physically doing treatments, you don't have time for the social media side, you don't have time for the marketing, like, you are literally everything all rolled into one generally. So I would, if you don't have already, get some virtual services set up, because I honestly don't believe that this is the last we're going to see of this. So now is your time to get prepared. While you have the time, where you physically can't do those treatments, now is the time to get these sorts of things in the background set up. So focus on your existing clients. You already have a relationship with them. They already know, love and trust you. They come to you because they trust you with their wellness and your treatments, and keep in touch with them. The best way to let them know about what you're doing and that you now have virtual services set up will be different for everyone. Some people might be by email, some people might have like WhatsApp groups for their clients, and every client is different as well. I know some of our clients used to not like us contacting them by email, but some preferred text. So go with whatever works for you. It may be that you've got a few different groups of clients that like to be contacted in different ways. So make sure that you get those virtual services set up and you let them know what you're doing. You can retail your products. If you have products in the salon, you can definitely continue that. You can continue to sell gift vouchers. Just be have really great customer service in terms of gift vouchers, and let people know that you will extend those vouchers. And I personally would make those vouchers available for 12 months, because if people are purchasing for Christmas or birthday presents, they want to know their money's not going to be lost. In terms of working online and working retail, the best thing you can do is offer people one-to-one consultations, because you know, you already had those appointments booked in with people, so maybe it's a time where you transition just for now some of those appointments, and obviously it won't be suited to all, but some of those appointments you could possibly transition into one-to-one wellness consultations, skin mapping services, you know, lots of different services depending on what your market is that you can offer people, to convert that into one-to-one, and then you can make product recommendations through that, and help them with their retail purchases, rather than just leaving your, like, having a shop link up and letting them do that. Really help them and really give them some you know, some guidance. Today people are going to purchase something, not use it, and that's not going to help anyone. So you want people to make a purchase with an informed decision, something that's going to be suitable for them, so you can really walk your client through that process, whether that's a one-to-one Zoom or FaceTime, or whether it's like a group session for, maybe you create an online class. This will go on to my next thing as well. I'm getting off track. Okay, so number 3, you can have a bi-weekly newsletter alongside your Facebook page, filled with beauty tips and well-being tips, all focused around helping people with home care, because no one is getting beauty treatments right now. Everyone is having to transition into doing stuff for themselves. Some people won't bother, but some people do really want to look after themselves and do want those well-being tips. So really add as much value to your clients as you can for free right now while you're locked down, because everyone is at home, everyone has products in their house. So You know, how can you help those clients really maintain their well-being and their beauty while they're at home? So that's number 3. Number 4, talk to your suppliers and see what they're doing, because a lot of suppliers may or may not have like little videos, education videos. Like we used to work with Fate Bake, so I'd be contacting them and saying, do you have any marketing, any little videos that we can have to add value to our client base online? You can then include them in your newsletters, you can include them on your Facebook page, add a few of your own tips and share those videos, and that's going to give you professional tutorials that you don't have the time or the inclination or the skills to make yourself. Like, see what you can leverage from your suppliers that you already have. Number 5, this sort of leads on from what I was saying about the going virtual. You could host weekly beauty classes, beauty or wellness, same time every week. You could do a mini free one that would definitely be adding value to your customers online. That might be through your Facebook page, but sometimes a small intimate group, like just with a really small handful of people that have similar concerns, is a really good way, and people feel they can speak up and ask questions, and it's a little bit more intimate and a little bit more personal for people. So you can either do that, you could do a free one on your, sorry, all sorts of stuff going on in the background here. You could either do a free one on your personal social media, your Facebook, in your newsletter, or you could hold one where they get together and maybe you invite people to Zoom, and again that could be a free one, or it could be that anyone that has purchased, you know, a dry skin care set, or a say you created some wellness packages, they purchased a self-care package, then to add value to that person that bought that package, you could run through a beauty class with that. I say beauty because it's just easy go to, but a class around that package that they've bought, how to use it, tips, what not to do, how they can maximize their products, you know, all sorts of different skin type sets. There's lots of different things that you can do in terms of things that have people either purchased or with a particular ailment. So maybe oily skin, maybe self-care, maybe dry skin, aging skin, you know, teenage acne, like, and you can include other tips that don't involve products as well. So there's lots of ideas around that. Number 6, create stress relieving kits that clients can gift, because right now this is a really hard time for a lot of people. But you know, I know for one, I've completely finished my shopping online at the weekend, so I was out there looking for gifts for people. People are locked down, people are going to be looking for something a little bit different. A lot of people are struggling with you know, anxiety and you know, mental health terms, just being locked away and not having, you know, access, or not being able to just have, you know, the sun's not out this time around, so that's a big difference for people. Like I said, it's dark in a lot of people's houses and it's, you know, it's quite miserable. So offer, like, maybe you can collaborate and get together with some other local businesses and offer you know, a wellness pack or something where you've all clubbed together, and yeah, collaborate with people in terms of maybe you buy, I don't know, 5 crystals off of them and you put those in your pack, and then you share online and tag that company and they buy something off you, or do a product swap and then make sure you tag each other online. That's going to help grow your audience, it's going to help get you both out there, it's going to expose you to a different audience, and it's also going to help that other small business. So you could create stress relieving kits that can be gifted, in terms of, like, you could have crystals, herbal teas, things for anxiety, things for sleep, like loads of different ideas around that you could create. Number 7, get your clients excited to see you back. Now, you know, they're not going to be gone forever, you're not going to be gone forever, although it feels like it. Most beauty therapists and holistic therapists do their job because they are absolutely passionate about their clients and about helping people and being in that industry. For a lot of beauty therapists, it's not about the money, it's not about, you know, obviously you do need to create an income for your family, but it's about giving your time to people and seeing people walk out the door either in a different mindset or with fresh nails or just making them feel good or giving them a pick-me-up. So get them excited to see you back, like they've missed you as well, and get people, especially with Christmas coming up. I know I've already rebooked, like I had to cancel my eyebrows for like the third time. I know I've already rebooked that because I want to make sure that I've got that in before Christmas. So get people excited to see you, make sure they've pre-booked their appointments. You know, they can have, you know, buy vouchers for future treatments. That's going to mean that they've got something to look forward to. It means it helps your cash flow a little bit, extend the use date of the voucher. And just keep sharing with them. Have an online presence or a presence of some kind, however you communicate with your clients, so they don't forget about you. Because if you, for example, a lot of people will remain very loyal to a beauty therapist because they love their treatments. But if there is someone else online adding tons of value and catching their attention, they might think, oh, do you know what? I might give them a try. So you never quite know how people's minds are going to work. So have a presence online. Doesn't matter if you've never done it before, or even if you're rubbish, get out there and have a presence, okay? Consider building number 8, consider building a side income. There are lots and lots of businesses online that you can build out there. Make sure it's one that sits with the ethos of what your business is about, and that it ties in with what you do. And that it aligns with your values and, you know, what you offer your clients. And there are a lot of companies that are product based that can also run alongside your business once you get back. So it may be that this is your opportunity to get something off the ground. I honestly believe that everything happens for a reason. I know it doesn't always feel like that, but it can be also a little bit of a wake-up call as well, that as beauty therapists, like generally you know, I was in that position a few years ago, that I relied on that one income, and you know, it's really dangerous. So this just gives you the opportunity to decide right now, okay, I'm not going to be put in this position again. I don't want to be 6 weeks before Christmas and have my income taken away from me. I need something on the side that I can build alongside as well, okay? So have a look at that. If you've been thinking about doing it, now's a really good time to get that off the ground, so that once you're back up and running with your treatments, it's all in place and it can tick along nicely alongside, okay? Number 9, build that social media presence. Like, now is your time to create content, schedule posts. I know that as a therapist, you are always in treatment. Okay, and especially near Christmas, you're back to back, you don't even get time for lunch sometimes. Like, it's full on, it's hectic, and that's just the life of a beauty therapist. However, and so that means that obviously has a knock-on effect that you rarely ever get to take pictures of the work you do. You don't get time to post those online, okay? Now is your time. Like, Facebook is incredible. You can schedule your posts online. Now is your time. You have 3.5 weeks where you can sit and you can schedule posts for the next 3 months. Doesn't matter if it's one a week, ideally you want one a day, at least you want one a day. You know, share a tip, share some motivation, share a picture of some nails that you've done, share a picture of your treatment room. Like, there's so much stuff as a therapist. Like, it really excites me because I feel like it's a massive place where therapists are missing out a little bit, that they don't have that time to post online and to show off the amazing, incredible work they do. So build that social media presence now so that it's all done, but you're still remaining present online, okay? That's it, guys. I've got, like, I love business, I love beauty side of things. Like, I've had a salon, social media content creation is my jam, and I also love working with natural products. So for me, like, being able to help you guys a little bit, I have so many ideas and I'm so passionate about it. So if you've got any questions or anything in particular, then just pop me a message. Like, more than happy to help you where I can, because I've been in that position, and you know, we made the decision to close the doors of our high street beauty salon back in, I can't remember what year it was, 2018, 2017, I can't remember, blimey. And I can't imagine being in that position right now where we have to close the doors and we couldn't afford to pay our rent, because reality is that's where we'd be, and it would send us probably bankrupt. It would have done. So I really do feel for you guys. So if I can help at all, then pop me a message. I don't bite, but I hope you found this a little bit useful in some way. Feel free to share away, and I will speak to you soon.